Welcome to Broken News. Now, it's a popular theme on the internet, but people who think Donald Trump or Nigel Farage are behaving like Adolf Hitler have been told to stop being so silly. Our reporter Clami Mboko has more. And Clami, these claims are ridiculous, aren't they?
Yes, Wanda, it's laughable really. There are people online claiming that the USA is something like 1930s Germany, just behind me here. Or indeed that reform in the UK are going the same way. You know, people forget what the Nazis were actually like. They, for example, literally burned books. In 1933, tens of thousands of books by Jewish authors, communists and political opponents were destroyed. That's a totally different situation to Trump's Republicans removing LGBT books from schools, or a reform councillor in the UK saying he would burn books on climate change.
Totally different.
Totally different. And another example, under the Reichspress scammer in Germany, impartial journalists were denounced as enemies of the people and banned from working. The USA hasn't done anything like that.
Quite right. I mean, Donald Trump calling the mainstream media the enemy of the people, banning CNN from the White House, trying to get journalists jailed and calling them human scum. That's totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
And then, Wanda, there's unfounded criticism of the right wing on both sides of the pond, that they use immigrants as a scapegoat for society's ills. People forget that in 1930s Germany, Jews, even German Jews, were called dirty foreigners who destroyed the economy. Hitler even said they, quote, poisoned the blood of Germany.
So fascist.
Incredibly fascist. Whereas in the UK and the USA today, immigrants are merely framed as dirty foreigners who are destroying the economy, with Donald Trump saying that they are, quote, poisoning the blood of America.
Totally different.
Totally different.
And of course, the legal system has been the subject of some of these ridiculous comparisons. You know, yes, Donald Trump has had a bit of fun, hasn't he? Saying that individual judges should be jailed, calling them crooked lunatics who hate the United States. There's really no comparison to 1930s Germany there.
Of course not. The Nazis jailed individual judges, calling them crooked lunatics who hated Germany. And that's really bad, but nothing like the States, as you say. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. You know, Wanda, I was reading one thread on Reddit suggesting that Donald Trump was using Hitlerian propaganda tactics, specifically the repetition of a big lie. Hitler's big lie being that Germany didn't lose World War I, whereas Donald Trump's big lie, apparently, is that he didn't lose the 2020 election. Totally different.
Yeah. Is it totally different?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, the big lie tactic was laid out in Mein Kampf. You can't seriously claim that Trump's people have read that book and are using it as an instruction manual. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
They're being hysterical.
Yet some in the mainstream media actually say that.
I know, and they should be glad they're allowed to say it. You know, Hitler absolutely crushed the free press, referring to them as the Lügenpresse or lying press. Totally different to Trump's relationship with the media today.
Totally different. The lying press is nothing like the fake news. Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. No. Look, the comparisons are ridiculous. I mean, they're laughable. If you look closely at 1930s Germany, just behind me here, what the Nazis were really doing was promoting a version of Christianity that conveniently aligned with their political ideology, claiming God was on their side. So not just saying that their opponents were wrong, but that they were evil.
Totally different from the USA.
Totally different.
Because in the USA, the Republicans have promoted a version of Christianity that conveniently aligns with their political ideology, yes, claiming God is on their side, not just saying that their opponents are wrong, but that they are evil.
No, but hang on. The Nazis incorporated Mein Kampf and the idea of German supremacy into their holy book, like a Hitler Bible.
Yeah. Whereas Republicans incorporated the idea of American supremacy into their holy book and made a Trump Bible. Totally different.
Totally different. No, right, hang on. No, it is totally different because Hitler literally found a way to stop elections, didn't he? So that he couldn't be kicked out. That's the real marker for fascism, isn't it?
Yeah, whereas Trump is currently only looking for a way to stop elections so he can't be kicked out. So, totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
It's totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. Totally different.
Back to you.
What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.
Larry and Paul. It's Larry and Paul. Larry and Paul. It's Larry and Paul. Larry and Paul. It's Larry and Paul. Larry and Paul. It's Larry and Paul.